everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the Five Guys grilled cheese cheeseburger, so let's get started with the video. First, we're going to prepare our ingredients. Begin by chopping up some lettuce. I'm roughly chopping the lettuce instead of shredding it because that's how they do it at Five Guys. Next, slice one tomato. When you're finished, set your tomatoes and lettuce to the side. Next, in a pan over medium heat, add 4 slices of bacon. Cook your bacon until it is crispy. While cooking the bacon, make sure to flip them over occasionally so that they cook evenly on both sides. When the bacon has finished cooking, remove them from the pan and place them on a paper towel covered plate. Next, in a small bowl, add 1 tablespoon of seasoned salt and a half a tablespoon of pepper. Mix everything together and then set it to the side. Next, we're going to prepare the burger patties. Roll about a handful of beef into a medium-sized ball and then place it on a piece of parchment paper. Then flatten and shape the beef into a circle to form your patty. Once you are finished making your patties, you can begin cooking them. Place the burger patty in the same pan you cooked the bacon and let it cook over medium heat for 2 to 3 minutes. While your burger is cooking, season it with the salt and pepper mixture we made before, and then flatten it with a spatula. After the 2 to 3 minutes are up, flip your burger and then let it cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Once your burger has finished cooking, set it to the side. Repeat this process with your second burger patty. Oh, and fun fact, Five Guys doesn't season their burgers. Their burgers are just really good on their own. But I wasn't about to just not season my burger, so I wasn't gonna do that. After you flipped your burger, place a slice of American cheese on top of your second patty. Continue to let it cook and then place the other patty that we cooked before on top of the second one. Once you have finished cooking your burger, set them to the side. Next, we're going to prepare the buns. I'm using brioche buns. Five Guys uses sesame buns, however you can use whatever type of bun you like. Spread mayonnaise on the inside of the buns. Then place the buns in a pan over medium heat. Place a slice of American cheese on each bun and then toast them until golden brown. Once the buns have finished cooking, remove them from the pan and place them on a sheet of tinfoil. Now you can begin assembling your grilled cheeseburger. First, add your preferred toppings. I added ketchup and mustard to the bottom bun, and mayo to the top bun. Then I added diced onions, lettuce, and 2 slices of tomatoes on the top bun. On the bottom bun, I added some bacon and the burger patties. Place the top bun on top and then wrap your burger in the tinfoil. By the way, you can assemble your grilled cheeseburger while your buns are toasting in the pan. I just decided not to because I had a lot of toppings and it was easier to assemble my burger on the tinfoil than it would have been in the pan. Once you've wrapped up your burger, you are all finished. This is optional, but you can also cook some frozen fries in the air fryer or oven to go with your burger. When your fries are done cooking, season them with Cajun seasoning or salt. Once you finish cooking everything, you can go ahead and plate it up. And this is the finished result. Placing the burger in the tinfoil makes the cheese all nice and melty and keeps your burger warm. This grilled cheese cheeseburger was just as good as it looked. It even smelled like Five Guys. It was just so delicious. Oh, and it wouldn't be a true Five Guys meal if I didn't add malt vinegar to my ketchup. Does anyone else do this, or do you just dip it in the malt vinegar? Comment down below. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the viral TikTok French bread pizza, so let's get started with the video. Begin by shredding some mozzarella cheese. When you're finished, set your mozzarella cheese to the side. Next, we're going to make some garlic butter. In a bowl, melt 4 tablespoons of butter. Then add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of parsley, a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Mix everything together until well combined and then set your garlic butter to the side. Next, cut a loaf of French bread in half. By the way, this step is totally optional. You can just leave the French bread whole, but I'm cutting it in half because I'm the only one eating this. Then cut the French bread in half lengthwise. After cutting the French bread, brush the inside with the garlic butter we prepared before. Then evenly spread some marinara sauce onto the bread. Next, sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top. Then add a good amount of shredded mozzarella cheese. After adding the mozzarella cheese, add your favorite toppings. I decided just to add some pepperonis to my French bread pizza. Once you have finished adding your toppings, place your French bread pizzas on a baking sheet lined with tinfoil. Then place your French bread pizzas in the oven at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Once they have finished cooking, cut them into slices and enjoy. And this is the finished result. These pizzas were so good and they were super easy to make. I would definitely make this again for a quick lunch or dinner. Oh, and they taste even better if you sprinkle some red pepper flakes on top. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today we will be making these quick and easy hot dog recipes. The 3 hot dog recipes we're going to make are the New York style hot dog, the Chicago style hot dog, and the Coney Island hot dog. So let's get started with the video. First, we're going to make the red sauce for our New York style hot dog. Start by thinly slicing 1 onion. Next, in a pan over medium heat, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then add your onions. Next, saute your onions for about 5 minutes or until they are soft. Once you sauteed your onions, add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Cook the tomato paste with the onions for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then add 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of brown sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon of hot sauce. Mix everything together and then add 1/2 cup of water. Once you've mixed everything together, reduce your heat to low and let your mixture simmer for about 10 minutes. Once everything is finished cooking, take it out of the pan and set it to the side. Next, we're going to make the chili for our Coney Island hot dog. In a pot over medium heat, add olive oil. Then add the ground meat of your choice. I'm using turkey meat. And 1 diced onion. Then season your ground meat and onions. I seasoned mine with seasoned salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and pepper. Once you've seasoned your ground meat, cook it until it is browned. Once your ground meat has finished cooking, add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, 1 tablespoon of mustard, 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of light brown sugar, and 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Mix everything together until well combined and then add 1 cup of chicken broth. Now let your chili simmer for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, your chili should be thick and you will be all finished. Now we can begin making our hot dogs. Go ahead and cook your hot dogs however you like. I like to cook mine on a pan over medium heat, but you can cook yours by boiling them or cooking them in the microwave or grilling them. When you finish cooking your hot dogs, set them to the side. This is optional, but you can also steam your buns. All you have to do is place your buns in the pan, add a bit of water, and then cover with a lid. Once the water has evaporated and your buns are soft and warm, you can go ahead and take them out of the pan. Now that our hot dogs and buns are ready, we can begin assembling our hot dogs. First, we're going to make the Chicago dog. First, add mustard, then 2 tomato slices, one whole dill pickle, relish, diced onions, two pepperoncini peppers, and a sprinkle of celery salt on top. Next, we're going to make the New York style hot dog. First, add some sauerkraut, then add your red sauce, and finally add a drizzle of spicy brown mustard on top. Last but not least, we're going to make the Coney Island hot dog. First, add your chili, then some diced onions, and finally drizzle some mustard on top. And this is the finished result. These hot dogs tasted great and they were so good. My favorite was the Chicago dog. These recipes are quick and easy and I totally recommend it if you just want a quick lunch. Oh, the hot dogs also went really well with some onion rings I made. It was the best. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make my version of the viral tuna cotta sandwich, so let's get started with the video. We're going to begin by prepping the ingredients. First, dice half a red onion, then slice 1 cucumber, one tomato, and 1 avocado. Once you have finished prepping your ingredients, set them to the side. Next, in a large bowl, add 12 ounces of tuna. Use an immersion blender to break up the tuna into smaller pieces. Next, add a half a cup of mayonnaise, a half a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 2 to 3 tablespoons of sweet relish, a quarter cup of diced red onions, a half a tablespoon of lemon juice, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Then mix everything together until well combined. When you have finished making your tuna mixture, set it to the side. Next, in a pan over medium heat, add olive oil. Then, place 2 slices of bread in the pan and toast them until they're golden brown on both sides. I'm using sourdough, but you can use any bread of your choice. Once you have finished toasting your bread, you can now begin making your sandwich. First, place your 2 slices of bread on a cutting board. Then evenly spread some pesto on both slices of bread. Next, on 1 slice of bread, add a couple of slices of avocado. Then add a couple of tomato slices and some slices of cucumber. And finally, add some of the tuna mixture. Once you have finished adding the tuna, place the other slice of bread on top. Then slice it in half and you are all finished. And this is the finished result. This sandwich is so good and easy to make, I totally understand why it went viral. This has become one of my favorite lunch recipes, so I recommend giving it a try. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make delicious seafood boil ramen, so let's get started with the video. Begin by prepping your ingredients. Chop some green onions. Then dice 1 green bell pepper, 1 red bell pepper, and 1 onion. Next, slice 1 sausage, then deshell and devein some shrimp. When you have finished preparing all of your ingredients, set them to the side. Next, we're going to prepare the seasoning mix for the sauce. In a small bowl, add 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of Old Bay, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of lemon pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1 teaspoon of parsley, and 1 teaspoon of light brown sugar. Mix everything together until well combined and then set your seasoning mix to the side. Next, we're going to make the sauce. In a saucepan over medium heat, melt 4 tablespoons of butter. Once the butter has melted, add a half a cup of diced onions, a half a cup of diced bell peppers, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Then saute your veggies for about 3 to 5 minutes. When you have finished cooking your veggies, add 1.5 cups of seafood stock. If you don't have seafood stock, you can always use chicken broth instead. Next, mix in your seasonings. Then add 2 tablespoons of hot sauce, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, and the juice of 1 lemon. Once you finish adding all of your ingredients, let your sauce simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. Once your sauce has finished cooking, set it to the side. Now that the sauce is finished, boil some eggs. While the eggs are boiling, we're going to cook our snow crab legs. In a large pot of water, add 1 tablespoon of vinegar and 1 tablespoon of liquid seafood oil. Adding the vinegar makes the crabs easier to pick, while adding the liquid seafood oil adds flavor. Bring the water to a boil and then cook your crab legs for 5 minutes. I'm using snow crab legs, but you can use whatever type of crab you like. Once your crab legs have finished cooking, remove them from the pot and set them to the side. Next, in a pan over medium heat, cook your sliced sausage. Once the sausage has finished cooking, remove them from the pan. Then add 1 tablespoon of butter, and while the butter is melting, deglaze the bottom of the pan. Then place your shrimp into the pan and season them. I season my shrimp with pepper, Old Bay, onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. After adding your seasonings, cook your shrimp for about 5 to 7 minutes. Once your shrimp have finished cooking, set them to the side. Next, in a pot of boiling water, cook your ramen noodles for however long it says to on the package. The eggs should be finished cooking by now, so all you have to do is peel and cut them. This is optional, but I also let my eggs marinate in some of the sauce for a bit before cutting them. Now that everything has been cooked, we can now assemble our ramen. Pour your sauce in a bowl. Then add the ramen noodles. And the toppings prepared before. When I have finished adding the toppings, I sprinkle some paprika and parsley on top. And this is the finished result. This was absolutely delicious and it looks great. I saw this trending on TikTok for a while and I really wanted to give it a try, and I'm so glad I did because it turned out really good. The sauce was really good and well seasoned. I love bell peppers in my sauce, it just adds so much flavor. If you haven't had seafood boil ramen yet, I totally recommend giving it a try. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the viral watermelon feta salad, so let's get started with the video. We're going to begin by preparing our ingredients. First, cut half a watermelon into cubes. Next, cut half a red onion into slices. Then chop up 1 cucumber. Finally, roughly chop some fresh basil and fresh mint. Once you finish preparing the ingredients, you can begin making the salad. In a large bowl, add the watermelon you prepared before, one and a half cups of chopped cucumber, the sliced red onions you prepared before, 1 tablespoon of basil, 1 tablespoon of mint, 1 cup of crumbled feta cheese, 1/4 cup of avocado oil, 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, the juice from 1 lime, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Now mix everything together until well combined. And that's it, you're all done. And this is the finished result. This salad is refreshing, delicious, and perfect for summer. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these yummy and easy corn dogs, so let's get started with the video. Begin by drying off 5 to 8 hot dogs. Next, insert a wooden skewer into each of the hot dogs. If you're making these for children or other people, I suggest using semi-pointed skewers so nobody accidentally hurts themselves while eating the corn dogs. Once you have finished preparing the hot dogs, set them to the side. Next, in a bowl, add 3/4 cup of cornmeal, 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Then mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, set your dry ingredients to the side. In another bowl, add 1 1/4 cup of buttermilk, 1 egg, and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Then mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. Then whisk everything together until smooth. Once you finish making your batter, it should look like this. After making the batter, add vegetable oil to a pot or deep fryer. Then heat the oil up to around 350 degrees. Next, pour the batter into a tall, skinny glass. Then dunk the hot dog in the batter and swirl it around until the hot dog is completely coated. Once your hot dog is completely coated, gently and slowly take it out of the batter. By the way, if you're having trouble getting the batter to stick to the corn dog, simply coat the hot dog in flour and then dip it into the batter. The flour should make the batter stick to the hot dog a lot better after that. After coating your hot dog, place it in the oil to fry. When you're placing the corn dog into the oil, place it top first while turning the corn dog and carefully drop it in. Fry the corn dog for around 3 to 5 minutes or until golden brown. While the corn dog is frying, use tongs to rotate it so that the corn dog has an even color on all sides. Once the corn dog has finished frying, take it out of the oil and place it on a wire rack. Repeat this process with the rest of your corn dogs. Once you finish making your corn dogs, you can go ahead, add your toppings, and enjoy. Now, if you want to take your corn dogs up a notch, you can make chili cheese corn dogs. All you have to do is take the skewer out of the corn dog, then cut a slit in the middle of the corn dog. Open the corn dog up a bit and then add some chili. After adding the chili, add a sprinkle of cheese and then place it in the oven or microwave until the cheese melts. And this is the finished result! These corn dogs were absolutely delicious. They tasted just like the corn dogs you'd eat at a carnival. Also, you can place any of your leftover corn dogs in the freezer and save them for later. When you're ready to eat them, just place them in the air fryer at 370 degrees for around 8 to 10 minutes. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the viral TikTok chopped sandwich, so let's get started with the video. First, add some shredded lettuce to a cutting board. Next, add a couple of slices of the deli meat of your choice. I added about 3 to 4 slices of turkey. Then add some sliced provolone cheese, sliced tomatoes, sliced onions, and sliced banana peppers. Next, take a sharp knife and chop everything up really well. Make sure to mix everything up while you're chopping. Once you finish chopping everything up, add some deli dressing. By the way, if you don't have deli dressing, you can just use olive oil and Italian seasoning instead. Next, add some red wine vinegar, mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. Then continue to chop and mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, scoop the chopped mixture into a sub roll. And that's it, you are all finished. All you have to do now is plate it and enjoy. And this is the finished result. This chopped sandwich was absolutely delicious. It's an easy and quick sandwich with a bit of everything in every bite. By the way, you can customize your sandwich any way you like. This is just the way I like to make my chopped sandwich. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'll be showing you how to make Instant Pot pulled pork. This was so freaking good and I'm really excited to show you guys, so let's get started with the video. Begin by cleaning a 3 to 4 pound pork shoulder. I cleaned my pork shoulder in the sink, I rinsed it with some water, and then I poured some vinegar on it. Then I also used a lime to clean the pork shoulder. I sliced it in half and then squeezed the juice out onto the pork shoulder. Then after squeezing all the juice out of the lime, I rubbed it onto the pork shoulder. Then I let my pork shoulder sit for about 2 minutes and rinsed it with water and took it out. Make sure to clean your sink after cleaning your pork shoulder. After you finish cleaning your pork shoulder, pat it dry with some paper towels. When you're finished, trim the fat off of your pork shoulder. Then, cut your pork shoulder into pieces. When you finish cutting up your pork shoulder, set it to the side. Next, we're going to make our seasoning blend. In a small bowl, mix together 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. When you're finished, set your seasonings to the side. Place your pieces of pork shoulder in a large bowl. Then pour about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil on your pieces of pork shoulder. Rub the olive oil onto the pork to make sure each piece is coated. Then add your seasonings. Rub the seasonings onto the pork. Make sure all of your pieces of pork are completely coated in the seasonings. When you're finished, set your pork to the side. Next, in a bowl, add 1 cup of chicken broth, 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1 cup of barbecue sauce, 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke, and 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Then mix everything until well combined. When you're finished, set your mixture to the side. Next, set your Instant Pot to sauté. Then add 2 tablespoons of olive oil into your Instant Pot. Once your Instant Pot is hot, sear your pieces of pork shoulder for about 1 minute on each side. Once you've finished searing all your pieces of pork, take them out of the Instant Pot. Then turn off your Instant Pot and add 1/4 cup of chicken broth. Use a rubber spatula or a wooden spoon to deglaze the bottom of your pot. Then add your pork back into the pot. Once you've added all of your pork, pour in your barbecue sauce mixture from before. Next, place the lid on your Instant Pot and close it. Next, set the Instant Pot to pressure cook and then press the plus sign button until it reaches 60 minutes. After an hour, do a natural release for 15 minutes. Which basically means that the Instant Pot is going to cool down naturally. All you have to do is leave it alone for the 15 minutes. Next, release the vent on your Instant Pot and open the lid. Now that everything is finished cooking, take your pork out of the Instant Pot. This is optional, but you can skim the fat from your leftover barbecue sauce mixture. Place your pieces of pork in a large bowl and then shred them. Use 2 large forks to shred and pull your pork apart. When you finish shredding your pork, put it back into the Instant Pot. Let your pulled pork soak in the barbecue mixture for about 5 or 10 minutes. This is going to make your pulled pork really juicy. Then take your pork out of the Instant Pot and place it back into the bowl. Next, add 1 cup of barbecue sauce. Mix the barbecue sauce in with the pork and you are all finished. Now that you've finished making your pulled pork, we're going to move on and make our coleslaw. In a small bowl, add 1 cup of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, and a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Mix everything together until well combined. In a bowl, add 16 ounces of coleslaw mix, and then add your mixture from before. Then mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, set your coleslaw to the side or place it in the fridge until you're ready to use it. Next, we're going to toast our buns. In a pan over medium heat, add butter. Once your butter has melted, add your buns and toast them until golden brown. By the way, I'm using brioche buns. Once you finish toasting your buns, take them out of the pan and go ahead and assemble your pulled pork sandwich. And this is the finished result. This pulled pork sandwich was so good. It was juicy and it tasted delicious. The pulled pork by itself is really good. I had to stop myself from eating it while making this video. The sandwich as a whole was excellent. I was so full after eating it. The coleslaw went with the pulled pork perfectly. 10 out of 10 would totally recommend making this. Oh, and by the way, you can use whatever barbecue sauce you want for this recipe. I use my favorite barbecue sauce, which is from 4 Rivers. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make an easy and delicious rotel dip. So let's get started with the video. In a pot over medium heat, add olive oil. Then add 1 pound of ground turkey or ground beef. Break up the meat and then add the seasonings of your choice. The seasonings I used were seasoned salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, and ground cumin. Then cook the ground turkey until it has browned. As I was cooking, I added some more chili powder and some Creole seasoning. Once the ground turkey has browned and completely cooked through, add half a diced red onion and 1 diced jalapeno. Cook the onions and jalapenos with the ground turkey for around 3 minutes. Then mix in 1 can of Rotel tomatoes. Next, add a half a cup of heavy cream, 16 ounces of Velveeta cheese, 6 ounces of pepper jack cheese, and 8 ounces of cream cheese. Then mix everything together until the cheese has completely melted and everything is well combined. Once the cheese is melted and everything is mixed together, turn off the heat and add 1 tablespoon of freshly chopped cilantro. When you're finished, your Rotel dip should look like this. Now all you have to do is plate it up. And this is the finished result. This Rotel dip is absolutely delicious. It's creamy, cheesy, and packed full of flavor. It tastes amazing with Doritos. I like to eat it with the spicy, sweet chili Doritos. Those are my favorite. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make the viral TikTok s'mores cookies. So let's get started with the video. Begin by placing 4 graham crackers on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Make sure you space the graham crackers far apart from each other. Next, add 3 squares of Hershey's chocolate on each graham cracker. Then add 1 large marshmallow on each one as well. Next, take some chocolate chip cookie dough and flatten it. I'm using Pillsbury cookie dough. Then, place it on top of the marshmallow, chocolate, and graham cracker. Make sure the cookie dough covers the marshmallow and chocolate and most of the graham cracker. Then repeat this process with the rest of your cookies. When you're finished, place the cookies in the oven at 350 degrees for 15 minutes. Then let the cookies cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. Once the cookies have cooled, place them on a plate and enjoy. And this is the finished result. These s'more cookies are so good and make a great summer snack. They were also super easy and fun to make. By the way, you can use other types of chocolate other than the plain Hershey's chocolate. I've seen people use cookies and cream and Reese's peanut butter cups. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!